All right, guys, in this video today, we're going to be talking about a very big and potentially very actually impactful, huge, in my opinion, quality of life update that Valve did make, not just to CS2 or just to Counter-Strike or anything like that, but just to Steam in general, which obviously indirectly or even directly is going to impact Counter-Strike 2 and the CS2 markets and all that stuff. This is something that I didn't even know that they were working on, but something that I, and I'm sure many other people, pretty much anyone who's ever used the Steam market, knew that they needed. But this was a huge new UI overhaul to the Steam marketplace, which is very nice. We're going to be talking about that and much more, some other updates and other things that Valve's been working on for CS2 in this video today. But of course, first, just want to mention my cash trading business. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, PayPal, any other payment method, whatever, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. Discord's going to be linked down there too. If that is easier for you, you guys can feel free to DM me over there as well. We like to buy anything and everything for the right price, but of course, getting the big deals done is always the main goal. So if you have any expensive skins, maybe gloves, knives, bolt cases, maybe you want to sell your entire inventory, whatever, hit me up. We can probably get a deal done. And by doing that, you're helping support me, my channel, my content as well, so we can make more exciting videos. With that being said, let's get right into this video today. So Price Empire and tons of other people tweeted this out, but I think honestly the first tweet I thought was, I think that I saw about this was from Tech Savvy, when he tweeted out this. He said the Steam community market got a long overdue UI update. It's quite a big update, and there will be a learning curve to it, but I like seeing things like this coming out. And usually it's interesting because usually when some kind of new big UI change comes out, usually right off the bat, a lot of people actually don't like it because, like he says, the learning curve is usually big, and people are used to, especially things like this with this, like marketplace and stuff like that. People are used to having things in a certain place, or when they're trying to find something that you do it a certain way, and you kind of get muscle memory. And when it all gets changed, it's a little bit annoying to try and find the new ways to find the stuff that you're used to searching for or looking up or whatever. But in this case, I am very excited for this, and I think the community kind of as a whole will be very excited for it as well, because this is only because the previous Steam UI was so ass. It was so outdated. It was so old. I think, obviously I don't know, but I'm assuming even like 10 years ago or whenever the last time it was updated, it was honestly not even that great, but it was so confusing. There was so much stuff. Every time something new in CS came out, it just added another checkbox for it. It was this big long list. There was no easy way or convenient way or good way to sort through things, but this honestly looks pretty clean. So now here's what the Steam marketplace looks like, and you can go to show advanced options, and it's going to pop up, obviously I'm in Counter-Strike 2, but it's going to pop up, pistols, SMGs, rifles, snipers. From there, you can select the weapon, specifically that you're looking for in each category. You can go to different collections and find the different weapon collections that things are for. Obviously, if you're looking for a container or a sticker or, agents or whatever, you can find the different things in the different places pretty conveniently. They have a price slider as well, which is very nice. All this stuff seems very responsive, like it works well. Obviously this kind of goes hand in hand with the fact that I believe earlier this year, sometime within the last couple of years, they made it to where like the Steam, every time I used to try to do anything on Steam, I'd get timed out or said I was sending too many requests or whatever. So they kind of fixed that. Now they're updating the UI. It looks very clean. It looks very nice. And like I said, it seems responsive. It seems like it's working good. And honestly, I don't even think this will take too much of a learning curve. I think this is just pretty self-explanatory. I think it looks really nice. I think everything kind of makes sense. I think it's pretty intuitive of where the things are supposed to be. And honestly, I think this is pretty cool because honestly, when you compare the Steam marketplace to a lot of the other third-party marketplaces out there, Steam pretty much had the worst way for searching for items, worst way for finding things. Another very cool feature that they love that they added is you can actually click here and it'll show you different items and show the different things as well. So if I'm looking for like Paris capsules, I can actually see all the different things here, and I can click on the one I'm looking for. If I'm looking for like an AK skin, I think I should see if this works. I should just be able to type in like AK 47 and have kind of different stuff pop up. I can see all the different skins. I can see pictures of them. Like this is very cool. I love that they added little pictures. I love that I can search for specific things. It's actually going to show me what it is, because sometimes you're looking for a specific skin, you're looking for a specific color, you can't remember the name, maybe you misspell something a little bit or whatever, but now by actually having the things pop up, that is so nice as well. I think this is a huge update. Again, it seems like recently Valve has been kind of pushing people more and more towards actually using the Steam marketplace. I know that's what a lot of people think like some of the more recent updates have been about, and also just in general, it seems like a lot of the leaks and a lot of the things that Valve is working on is really changing the systems in a big way. And I know even with them doing this, there was already some comments and some questions about like, hey, do you think they're doing this just because the UI was outdated and they wanted to change stuff, or do you think this is a part of a bigger kind of update and they're getting the Steam marketplace ready for a reason, to start handling more volume or more people using it or whatever? And I don't know. Obviously, the kind of the trade reversal update and cases only being able to be opened right away if bought from Valve and stuff like that, and stickers being able to be applied right away and bought by Valve. That's pushing more and more people to pushing more and more people toward using the Steam market. Now, obviously, the Steam market does still suck for a couple of reasons, having that $2,000 maximum cap on it when a lot of items in CS cost more than $2,000. That definitely sucks. And the fact that, Steam dollars are not real money, that is always going to suck. So, kind of third-party traders and third-party sites and all that stuff, those are always going to be in business until Steam makes some of those changes. And we don't even know if they ever will or if they want to or if legally they even can or whatever. But I did think this is a very, very, very nice quality of life update. Like I said, getting Steam more in competition with some of the other third-party marketplaces and websites and stuff out there, which had way better UI, way better features, way more clean, looks more modern, more updated, looks way more kind of user-friendly, usable. I think this is awesome. I think this is a great update, kind of a shadow update where they didn't really talk about it. I didn't really see anything about it. I didn't really, hear anybody talking about it or whatever until I started finally seeing some of these tweets, but it is very, very, very big. A lot of people in the community, again, responding to it very positively. Didn't see anyone talking about this crazy good feature added by Steam. It's not an extension. Steam actually added this custom search. That is very, very, very cool. I do love it. The new Steam Market UI in beta looks great. Item search, item categories, price slider. Again, they do have, sections where you can switch to the old filters, but I'm sure that will slowly be phased out. A lot of times when sites do stuff like this, they give you the option to go back to the old way for a little bit, but eventually they kind of funnel everybody into the new stuff. But they also do have a place where you can give feedback on this beta feature. So if you do have any issues, you have any ways you think they can improve it, or you have any bugs, glitches, anything like that, definitely make sure you share that feedback. So, a good way that Steam can continue to make this better and better and better. Valve's added a new UI to Steam Community Market. Is currently in beta. You can switch to the old version or provide feedback if you experience any issues. Looks like it's available for all supported games, so that is very, very cool to see. I know down there some people were comparing it to like Fortnite and Valorant and all that stuff, but overall I think this is awesome, and I think good changes that make the market easier to use is good overall for the market. I think it's good for CS2 investing. I think it's good for the CS2 economy. Like I said, it makes it more easy for more people to get involved. It makes it more easy for more people to buy stuff, to trade stuff, to sell stuff. Adds, just more quality of life overall, and I think that is a good thing. If you're somebody who owns skins, is in the markets, whatever, I don't think this change is bad. I think it's actually very exciting. It's going to definitely make it easier and more likely for me to use the Steam Community Market more often, so I'm all for that. Also, we are starting to see more and more changes to other third-party marketplaces as well, following this post kind of trade reversal ban world that we're living in. Finally, with a linked Steam account and verified KYC, you can now get instant withdrawal limits directly based on your trading volume. I believe this is on like Upin or Buff or whatever. But a lot of Chinese sites, I think, are going to start rolling this out. How things work in China is very, very, very different, where everything is, kind of tied to your like social security number, your ID number, or, the equivalents or whatever that is. So it actually makes it easier to be able to eventually pay out people early, even with the trade reversal going on, because if they do try and scam or reverse trades or whatever, there's just a lot more consequences over there, and there's a lot more things that would kind of detract from people doing weird stuff like that, and it's easier to, have repercussions and everything. Obviously, we can't really do that in many other countries, but I do think in a lot of Chinese sites, we will start to see, things go back to normal a little bit post this trade reversal ban, which, again, will be another very, very, very good thing for the markets, because a lot of people have said, liquidity's dried up, and the velocity of money has dried up, and it's bad for the markets, and cases are going to be dead, and whatever, all these things are going to be dead, all these different overreactions, but we know a lot of the money, a lot of the volume, a lot of the sales, a lot of the, big money and stuff like that does come out of China. So if Chinese websites are finding ways to work around these trade reversal updates and things are going back to normal, the kind of pessimistic people out there, they're going to have to start running out of excuses for why, Counter-Strike skins are going to crash and why everything's going to die this time, because they're going to find workarounds and stuff like this. And even some of the other global websites outside of China, stuff like Float, they are starting to find some more workarounds for this as well to start to make things better and better and better. Again, it will never be the same post this trade reversal update, but it could start to get a little bit better. This guy reached out to CS Float regarding the possibility of unlocking funds instantly, and they confirmed that the current system is not permanent and that it will change. It will take a while, but we should see a smoother payment system at some time. CS Float moderator says, hey, we have some plans to modify the current system, albeit takes quite some time. And Brongo says, great news. CS Float and other marketplaces will likely allow purchase reversing items with frozen balance in the near future. My early assumptions of requiring an escrow period for purchase was wrong. Further trades with funds from sold items should be fine. So again, they're not saying that if you sell an item and get the balance, you'll be able to withdraw it, because I'm sure that is, complicated and has so many issues for if you're reversing the trades or whatever. But they are saying if you sell something, you can then use that balance to buy something else instantly or quickly after, whatever. Because then if you reverted those trades, it would I'm pretty sure the trade reversal thing reverses all trades that happen, so it would reverse that trade and it would reverse the initial trade, so everyone would kind of end up back with their items, so it wouldn't really matter too much if the balance got spent, because they'd be able to get their money back, they'd be able to get the items back, all that stuff. So that is a possibility, again, that CS Float does seem like they're working on very, very soon. Again, that doesn't fix everything, but that still does help some stuff. That will help, with the kind of volatility and the velocity of the money and the liquidity and everything back in the markets to start picking back up again, which, again, if most people are saying that's why the markets are going to crash and that's why CS2 investing is dead or whatever, well, things will start coming back a little bit there, and that'll be cool. Now, again, I don't know when that's going to happen. Is it going to come in 2025, 2026, later? Who knows? Also, some other kind of smaller updates to CS2, but still some nice quality of life stuff that I think is cool. Osni tweeted out this: Valve did a silent update to CS2 missions. Missions, not sure if all or some, have stages now. After completing every stage, you get XP. So rather than having to win 18 rounds on Anubis, you get some XP after you win 6, some XP after you win 11, the rest of the XP after you win 18. I think that is very, very nice. Again, missions are a pretty stupid update in my opinion. I don't really understand the point of them too much. They're, silly. I don't really think they're incentivizing too many people to play the game more or to play different maps or play different modes or whatever. But hey, if I can get more XP, not even more XP, if I can just get my XP more often instead of having to finish the whole update, because maybe I'm not going to finish the whole mission always. If I can get some XP for even finishing part of it or whatever, that's just going to feel better without actually really even being that different. So I think that is cool. Also, just kind of all the different stuff that they're working on in this video. We're talking about, stuff that has happened, but what about the stuff that's still getting worked on behind the scenes or could be coming soon? Valve's doing so much different stuff. Again, people say they never do anything, but this whole UI update overhaul to the Steam market is really cool. But also, they've been working on or have somewhere in the files, stuff for pets, stuff for retake mode, this new arms dealer guy, whatever he's going to be doing. The volatile case, winter cobblestone, cash remake, armory bidding system, third person animation, graph 2 update, whatever, so many different things going on. I have no idea what this all is going to mean. Like I said, all of this stuff could be coming later in 2025, could be coming in 2026, could be coming way later. I don't know, but there's just so much in the works right now. It does seem like a very, very exciting time, to kind of be in the CS2 market, to be a CS2 player. And obviously, we hope updates come to anti-cheat and all that stuff. Another weird thing that I did see real quick to wrap up the video, Aqua's missing tweet out that Reddit was flooded with clips of a bug. I didn't see this, but until I saw his tweet. It occurs randomly where the collision breaks in certain areas of the map, causing players to fall into the void. He said he downloaded a bunch of the demos to investigate, but he can't see anything special. He doesn't get why this is happening, but apparently, people just be walking around and then fall into a void in the map. That's got to be really weird, frustrating, and annoying, but I guess that's just another day in the CS2 world. But hopefully they can get that one figured out pretty soon, because, like I said, that should be pretty annoying. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you the next one. Until then, peace.